G'day and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham and I'm in Busselton. I'm attending the South-West ASX Showcase where I'm catching up with Cris Daws, old friend of the Roadhouse and Managing Director of Estrella Resources. Now Chris, we caught up a while ago, just off camera. We just caught up at one of the previous conferences, just as you were moving into Timor-Leste with Estrella and chasing some manganese. Since then, you haven't slowed down.
No, we haven't, Wally, and it's good to be back talking to you actually with a great story and what's evolved over the last 10 months. It's been a fascinating turn of events that we've managed to pivot and go to Timor as we sort of first discussed a few months back, and I guess from there we've grown from that. We were awarded 3 exploration evaluation licences in Timor. We've been on the ground, we've made significant manganese discoveries, prospects and high-grade manganese, and we've been on the hunt and we've been trying to unravel where this manganese is occurring. We've built a geological map, so to speak, a model that our geologists, our national Timorese geologists are utilising in the field, and that has been extremely successful to the point where we've now mapped a zone that we believe to be highly prospective. We're calling the Noni Formation. It's a limestone formation that's been up-thrusted out of the ocean that's hosting this manganese. And significant grades. Grade wins every time, as we know, and we're seeing grades of 50%, 45%, 48% manganese quite regularly. And what we've been able to do is use that model to go out into the field and pinpoint where the next discovery might be, and that has occurred. We've made a number of releases over the last few months. Seeker is one. That was found just recently, and we've had some assays back for that have been absolutely fantastic. Today we've released further information on the Samilari discovery that we announced very recently, and that's come about through some very fortuitous work that we've been doing. Again, chasing the model, but this time utilising our in-country national geologists to take us to areas where there's no manganese at surface, but this was outside of our leases that were awarded. So we had to go through a process of direct grant of tenure in Timor. Never been done before. We've now been awarded in the last few weeks another 200 square kilometres. So we are now the largest concession holder with our joint venture partner, Murak Rai Timor, the national mining company. We're going out, we're using our model, we're chasing manganese, high-grade manganese. We believe within the next short term we'll have more manganese discoveries, but not only that, we're going to be looking to define that through IP and then potentially some ground disturbance, trenching and drilling. Once we have a resource of high-grade manganese that we can ship, and we're very close to infrastructure, we've got the national highway running across the top of the Timor. We're only 7.5 kilometres off the main highway. And the logistics is everything when you come to bulk commodities, as we know, and I've been involved with manganese before in Western Australia, and if you're 300 kilometres from the coast and it's low grade and you've got to do a lot of processing work to get it there, gee whiz, you've got to have a good price to be able to make that project work. Fortunately for us, we're very close to infrastructure. We're a very short distance from a port for export, so we've got the internal logistics right, but we've also got the external logistics right. We're sitting right on the doorstep of our markets, and that's very evident. We've got global interest in what we're doing in Timor now, and it's showing, and it's showing in the response in our market capitalisation. Our market cap has grown by 200% in the last month and a half. We've turned the ship and we're setting sail. So for those that have missed the boat, so to speak, catch up, get in your boats and come paddling, because come for the ride, it's going to be one hell of a journey.
Well, I've got to tell you, Chris, I always appreciate being able to talk to somebody without having to interrupt with a question, because you've answered just about everything I was thinking about at the time. One important aspect, though, that you did touch on is the support of the Timor-Leste government as well. It's and in country support, you've got a lot there.
Yeah, 100%. Look, that is very, very important, and that's a great question, and actually great to be able to pick that up, because we are absolutely back to the hilt by the Timorese government. In fact, I've been asked to go and speak for the Timorese government at IMARC in a couple of weeks' time in Sydney. they want a mining operation in Timor. They want GDP. They want us to be successful, and for us to be successful means that Timor is successful. They get their mining industry up and going, they get the exploration going, they get people into the country and foreign investment, they go and find these deposits, which is going to change the Timorese people's lives, and that's what it's all about. Let's make some changes. It's all about going in there and making a dollar and making it work, but we're going to have an impact. Estrella, make no mistake, will have an impact for Timorese and the Timorese people for the better, and we're very much looking forward to sinking our teeth into that lot and having a mining operation in Timor in the near term.
And manganese itself, let's call it a niche product at the moment as far as mining goes. We get all the regular ones, the gold, silver, nickel, and all that, and the lithiums. Manganese itself, it's quite, as I said, a bit niche at the moment.
Yeah, look, manganese has always been around. It's used for steel hardening. Steels and everything. Steels grows every year on year. So the consumption of manganese is always growing. What is also emerging for manganese is obviously these EV vehicles or the usage of manganese in the battery metal space. So that's an emerging space, and there's some very interesting particulars to that as well in terms of getting manganese to such a high grade and into a position like a high purity manganese sulfate, those sort of things. But you've got to have something to start with that has low impurities and high grade to begin with. And fortunately for us, Timor looks like it has an enormous amount of potential to be able to supply potentially into that market as well. And that's something that we can look at beyond potentially doing a DSO operation with some of the high grade manganese we're already discovering. So yeah, it's an extremely valuable product, and we hope one day we'll be reaping the rewards of everything that we're doing at the moment for our shareholders.
All right, mate. Well, it's always good to catch up, and it's always good to hear the story, and it's always good to hear that the story's going well. So hopefully that'll continue the next time we have a chat.
Thanks, Wally. Go Australia.